Let's clear and ground the energies. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hello and welcome to ArcanaUniverse. This is going to be Aquarius September 2025 energy forecast reading. Let's get started. So this energy, the Aquarius energy, was coming in so strongly. I was just like, because I just did a tarot today right now, so feel free to check that out. But I was gonna just end it there, and then I kept getting this Aquarius energy. It's like, do us next, do us next. And so here I am. Okay. So what do we? Let's save this for. Let me just do an opening first, okay? Just to see what the energy is for September, and then we'll do the spinny spin at the end, okay? So I'm getting an energy right away, something about like somebody taking time. I'm kind of getting walking away energy, okay? So either somebody is distancing themselves or going on some sort of like journey or some sort of like spiritual retreat in a sense. They're kind of like trying to find peace. They're trying to find peace within their life, understanding, okay? So what else do we need to know? Remember, all of my readings are timeless, so know that you found it at the perfect time. Feel free to check out the playlist portion of this channel for your tarot today's, monthlies, and yearly readings as well. And regardless of your sign, whether you're Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, dealing with an Aquarius, Aquarius stellium, what have you. Okay, there's no coincidence you found this. And so trust you found this at the perfect moment, okay? So I am getting an energy of a very spiritual person, okay? So I'm getting though somebody had a relapse or something like that. So it's just like perhaps they were doing very, very good, being spiritual, true to themselves, and then they had kind of like a relapse or like a something about like a love energy, okay? It's almost as, oh, okay, there was conflict, okay? So somebody here felt like they weren't wanted or they were feeling rejected. And so instead of like conquering the situation and like being confident about where it's headed, somebody here just felt like they don't want me, like they're not attracted, like they don't want all this. Wow, okay, so I am getting somebody here who feels like they're very sexy. I'm getting this, and they're just like, they don't want all of this. Well, then you know what? If they don't want me, I want them. And so I'm picking up on an energy that has a tendency to like walk away or distance themselves or act cold, and like, yeah. And as mentioned, we had this card come up, right? And it came out again. So somebody here is just is kind of like trying to see if is what they're feeling, is this what's happening? And so I kind of feel like, I don't, just the way that they acted, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel respectful. Okay, so somebody here may have reacted to some sort of rejection, or even if it was like respectfully like rejected, or just, you know, they, even though they may have done all that, somebody here took it very personally. Okay, and so even though it may seem like, oh, not affected by it, they could care less. Oh no, that's not quite the reality. There has been some level of a shift. It really forced this energy to reflect and ask themselves, you know, are they on a truly spiritual path? And as mentioned, they haven't. There was some level of a relapse, okay? And so somebody here, I see some level of playing games, okay? Not being upfront and honest, but instead being sly and sneaky and playing the field or and doing whatever they want, as a form of lashing out. Okay, it's like because they didn't get what they wanted, this is what they're going to do. They're rebelling. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting somebody here is this relapsing energy. It's almost as if, you know, there was somebody here that has almost celibate energy. Okay, there was somebody who was very like to themselves and being very mindful of like who they interact with, and all of a sudden they had this like relapse. Okay, and it really is trying to bring and spotlight this relapse and saying, what is going on? Why'd you do that? Somebody here has been sneaky, lying, playing the field, talking to multiple people, lying. A lot of lying energy that I am picking up, like not being honest. And so God really wants to encourage this behavior to stop. The soul wants this behavior to stop. It's just like I'm also getting somebody here has less energy as a result of not committing to their spirituality. Like this energy, okay? As I'm saying this, they know exactly. And you'll know because we have both sides listening in. And so you'll know which side you are on. But I'm getting, it's like this person, they can even see within their energy and their appearance that what they have been doing hasn't been fulfilling. It hasn't been. And it has really strayed them from their spiritual path. And so God really wants to bring this energy back into reality. And I see here, one of the reasons why, again, it's talking about lashing out. They feel like they were done wrong, or they felt like the other person that they were dealing with, they were too good, or like too good to be true, etc. And so I'm picking up on somebody here that has a tendency to make stuff up in their mind. Okay, it's a mental problem, mental blockage, mental challenge, and ultimately it's because somebody here refuses. Okay, hello Goofy. Somebody here refuses to let go of their burdens and not have time to reflect. Okay, so Goofy, I said hello. Okay, so you know, you don't have to do the spammy style. Okay, it's not necessary, okay. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Okay, all right, anything else? Yeah, somebody here really needs to take action. No more just like standing by, not doing anything, thinking that their hands are tied. Like, no, somebody here really needs to commit to their spirituality, to themselves. When I say spirituality, a lot of it has to do, a big part of it is being true to oneself. Are you being respectful to yourself enough to be respectful to others? Okay. So I sense here a lot of healing that needs to take place or is taking place. Okay. Yeah, somebody here is trying to balance themselves out. Okay, somebody here wants advice. What's the advice for them? It's talking about somebody here really needs to stop with the short-term instant gratification, instant satisfaction, like indulging energy. They need to stop that, because whoever they're connecting with, they're not good vibes. They too are in a similar situation where it's just like they don't give a hoot. They don't give a hoot. So, and when people don't give a hoot, they have a tendency to be reckless, okay, and putting themselves in perhaps unsafe situations. And so God is trying to say, why be reckless when you can be secure and safe? Yeah. And I see here at the root of it, somebody does want love. They want true companionship. But again, they've been lashing out because perhaps they got rejected, or they think that they got rejected when it may not be the case. If anything, they may have jumped into conclusion and secluded themselves and really pulled back because they thought the other person doesn't want them. But again, that may not have been the reality, but because somebody thought that, they started, opening themselves up and rebelling and doing the opposite of what they truly want, which is something monogamous and a partnership. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the spinny spin. Yeah, all right. So the spinny spin is next. Alright, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Alright, I do sense some sort of new beginning coming through, especially if those who are listening in and you're resonating, if they really take action. I do sense here like a fresh new beginning, okay? Hello, Clareville. All right, what does the people listening in right now need to know at this time? 1, 2, 3. Present. Okay, literally at this time. There's somebody here wants to know what is going on at this current moment. Okay, so what's the present energies? So I'm getting here, even though somebody wants a fresh new beginning, they are buying time. They're trying to buy time. And one of the reasons why is because somebody here feels lack or money isn't good. And so either they're trying to save up or they're trying to find more income or more stability in their life, or at least not feel this lack. Okay, somebody here feels like they're not ready to have a new beginning due to those circumstances. Okay, so what else about the present? What's the energy coming through? So I'm seeing here that there is an energy, like a strong spiritual energy influence. Somebody here who is very wise, okay? This energy, they have a tendency to vocalize what they feel is pure, what is right, what is the right thing to do, etc. But I'm getting somebody here that is refusing what this energy has to say. Again, it's just very rebellious energy, and it has to do with the fact that they are immature. Okay, I don't care if you're 18 or 88. I'm sensing a very immature energy, or like somebody here who doesn't take responsibility. Okay, so somebody has a tendency to like put the blame on others, not take responsibility, and is not thinking in a mature fashion. And what is so skewed and sad is that this person who is behaving this way, they think that they're mature. They think that they're wise and have experience and knows what they're doing. And so imagine somebody here who's actually immature and acting in an immature way, thinking this way. Okay? So I see that this energy, they're connecting with somebody who is trying to help them in a sense, like help them like really, or it could be their higher self, like really pushing them, their soul, really pushing them to be like, hey, snap out of it, okay? And I see here there's some level of conditioning. Perhaps this energy has been, you know, surrounding themselves with people all their life who has fed into their ego, making them seem like, oh, yeah, what you're doing is, you know, great, amazing, when it's not. It's just like false ego petting. Okay. And so it could be that, or it's just self-encouraging kind of situation here. And so but regardless, this energy is connecting with somebody, you know, they may be at a distance or they may not have access to this person all the time, but it's just like every time they do come together, or, you know, it feels nice. And so that's one of the reasons why they feel like they try to hear this person out, but at the same time, somebody still hasn't let go of their ego, of wanting to have their cake and eating it too, being hypocritical, and just like being not consistent with what they want. Okay. Versus like, yeah, what they ultimately want. Okay. What's the advice here? This card again. Okay, no coincidence. So as mentioned, this energy is connecting with somebody that is like a value, or like is of like high character. They're very, somebody that is kind of opposite of them. So emotionally available, knows their value, knows their worth. And at the end of the day, they're also very fair. And so, and also they make sure that they don't open themselves up to too many options or choices. They're very like a straight shooter. And so somebody here is picking up on their good habits. Okay, they're, or at least they're being an inspiration to people that needs to make a decision for themselves on like, it's almost like an addictive pattern, or like somebody's set ways or perspective. They, remember this card, they really need to be willing to let go of their toxic behaviors, manipulative ways, and really try to have this new beginning, because that's the only way this energy is going to bring happiness and love into their life. So if somebody here was just like, why am I so alone? Why is nothing working out? Why is, you know, somebody here not in a serious commitment, monogamous commitment? This person really needs to ask themselves, well, have they been keeping third parties? Have they been talking to multiple people and doing the opposite of commitment and serious behavior? If that is the case, then there's your answer. That is what needs to be let go. That needs to be what needs to be worked on. Somebody here needs to make a decision, and the decision is up to us, right? At the end of the day, the decision is up to us. God gave us free will. It is our choice. And so not making a decision, not making a choice is a decision in itself. The decision of not doing anything. Okay. So the final message here is somebody here really needs to take action and commit to it, stick to it. And because at the end of the day, if somebody here is neglecting that, they're only playing themselves. Okay. So that's the message I have for you. Feel free to check out the playlist portion of this channel and the tarot today. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great one. Bye.